fire with deviled eggs and dirt cake, Halloween dirt cakes, and candy corn jello, and a special skeleton charcuterie board. Okay, first we're going to start with our deviled eggs. First, you need to fill a pot up with water like we did and add some salt and a little bit of vinegar. And we're going to wait until it boils to add the eggs. Today we're going to start with our spiderweb deviled eggs. So first, we have to pull out a pan, fill it with water, and put some salt and vinegar in it and wait for it to boil so we can put in the eggs. Yeah! Now that it's almost to a full boil, we're going to add the eggs. You have to very carefully put it on the spoon and very carefully lower it in. If you don't, you might get burned. Just like we're doing. And you must make sure you do not touch the pot because it would be really hot. And that rhymes! So now we're just going to wait for them to boil. Now that those are in the pot, we're gonna get our special water ready with our black dye. See you when it's done. Okay, it's time for the next phase of the eggs. First, we're going to grab an egg out of the pot and put it carefully on this. And then we put the egg carefully. Now we lightly tap it, put cracks on it. Now that I've lightly tapped it around, I'm going to gently put it in the ice bath. Now, we're going to go get more eggs. Okay, now that we got them done, we're going to put them in the refrigerator for about 8 hours so they get lots of good black dye on them. Hey everybody, we're back. And we let them soak overnight, so we hope they're good and ready. So we're going to pull them out and see what they look like. You have to be very careful. Start cracking them. It's a nice pink color. So you have to be very careful not to break the egg, because then it won't be that good and you have to start all over again, which these do take a long time to do. Let me get these done and we'll be right back. All right, okay. We finished peeling them. Now look how cool they are. Now all we need to do now is just grab a knife and just cut straight down the middle. You can scoop them. No, I'm gonna cut two. Alright, I'll cut two, you can scoop two. And you have to be very careful to get right down that middle. And then you have to scoop all the yolk out. Are we putting the yolk in that? Yeah, the yolk in. And make sure that you don't have too much yolk in there. Almost done. There. Just two more to go. Mistakes happen. And put them over here. Get right down into that center. And yellow yolks. Of course. And parents, you can let your kids help you if they want. And you have to make sure not to cut your finger. And try to get it as even as you can. And you may want to wash your hands after you deal with the egg. Alright, we've got everything set up and we're all ready to make our spidery deviled eggs. And later I'll show you how to make the spider itself with the olives and peppers. But first, my brother with the actual deviled eggs. First we need to take a spoonful of mayonnaise, but not too much because that wouldn't be that good. And now we have to put the spoon in the sink. And then you only want to do a tiny squirt of mustard, but if you like more mustard, then you can put as much as you want. And now we're just going to put a dash of pepper and salt, but if you want more, you can put more on it. And now for the paprika. But if you want some different spices, you can use some different ones. You can use whatever you like. Now we have to stir it all up. Okay, now that we got it all mixed up, we're going to put some green dye in it so it would look nice and scary. Don't put too much. And now we're just going to whisk it all up. Make it nice and green to look nice and scary. And you have to get all of it nice and 1, 2. So now just gonna keep on mixing. And now we're going to put it all in here to put it in a nice tight. Be right back. Okay, now that we got it all mixed up, I cut a corner in a bag after I put it all in to very lightly squeeze it in there, and don't get too much. And it may be kind of hard to get off. And we don't have too much. So you have to make sure you don't use too much. And okay, we got it all in there. Now let me just smooth it out a little bit. And it may stick to your spoon. Now that we got that all finished, it's my turn. Now, I'm going to show you how to make spiders. Take some olives, or whatever you want to use for the spider's body, and just cut it in half. Make them any size you want. Can be like medium, body, any size. Then you take your olives, just place them right in the middle of your eggs. Go. now for the legs. You take anything you want and then you just cut it in thin strips all the way down. Alrighty. Alright. Now you take it, cut it down the middle. Now you start making the legs. 3 on each side. Hold up.
There they are.
Looks like everyone's ready to eat. Best bug I ever ate. Hi everybody! Welcome back to our Spooky Baketacular. Today we're going to be making our spooky brownie dirt cakes. Now let's get started. So it calls for 1 egg, and we have our spooky mixture here, and 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Now, we've already added the vegetable oil in, so let me crack this egg. Now let me wash my hands. It's always important when you're dealing with raw eggs, especially to wash your hands. Alright, now we're going to add our brownie mixture. Let me cut it. Be right back. Alright, it's all cut. Now let me pour it in. Now throwing it out. Time to mix it up. Make sure when you mix it up to keep one hand on the bowl so it doesn't spin around and splatter it everywhere. And also, make sure it's nice and fluffy. Like so. Be right back. Alright everybody, we've got our pan all sprayed with oil. Alright, now for the next step. You take your fluffy brownie mix and you pour it in any type of pan. Be right back when I get it all done. Alright everybody, I've got it all poured in. Now let's tap it a few times to make sure all the air's out. Alright, now to put it in the oven for about 12 minutes. Make sure the oven's heated to 350 degrees. Be right back when the brownies are done. Alright, now I'm going to start by crumbling my cookies. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of our brownie mix in these spooky cups. Crumble it. Now we're going to take a bit of a cookie crumble. Now I'm going to add a little bit more of this earthy crumble. Then I'm going to open my pudding cup. Be right back. Alright, now I'm going to take a little bit of this, pour it in there, kind of spread it around for that earthiness. Now we're going to add a bit more of our cake. Alright, now we're going to add a little more pudding. Right, now for the cookie crumble. Now more pudding. Alright. Now one more layer of cake. Get it good and earthy. Alright, now that we've done that, I'm going to add a few of my Halloween sprinkles. And a few of our sweet Halloween sprinkles. Now, this is our first completed dirt cake. Be right back when we get them all done. And there we go, our 4 Halloween dirt cakes. Hi everybody, we're back with another episode. And today we're going to be making some candy corn jello. First we have to start with the yellow layer. And you have to rip it open, and then pour all of it in there. It's really, really hot water, so make sure to not touch the bowl or burn yourself. And now we have to throw this away and stir. Okay, and you need to keep on just stirring it, and make sure not to stir it too fast because you could spill the hot water on you. And be really, really careful. And you have to wait until it crystallizes. And crystallize means clear. Okay, I got some cold water and I added a dash of ice in it to cool it off quickly so we can add it into this. And now you have to stir it up again. Okay, now that we're done stirring it, you have to put this in the sink and you have to take this up and put it over so none of the water spills. And be really careful not to get it out of the bowl. Be right back when we're done. Okay, now that the yellow is almost done, I'm going to start the orange. First, you have to peel this off like I did with the yellow, and then pour it in. So, just like the yellow, you're going to mix it all up and throw this away. And still, make sure not to stir it too fast because you can burn yourself with the hot water. And I didn't even mention the hot water, sorry. You need hot water in before you put the orange powder in. Or you can put the hot water in after. And just keep on stirring it lightly. Okay, I put the yellow ones in the freezer so it wouldn't take as long. And now I'm going to pour the cold water in, which you can see my buddy has here. And then we're going to stir it up again like I did with the yellow. Okay, now we're going to put this in the sink. And now let me put a candy surprise in this, and then we're going to put the orange jello in there. Be right back when we're done. Okay, we're back and we're adding in a skull pizza. So, first we have to roll it. And you can make it as big as you want because it doesn't really matter. Okay, it needs to be fairly thin to do this. And make sure that you get each side. And if the dough starts to stick, then you just rub it in the dough, in the flour. Okay, now get the pizza into the pan. Be right back. Alright, now that we've gotten, well, only 4 of them filled up, because there's only going to be 4 of us eating tonight, now to fill them with this spooky blood sauce. Alright, Alek, can you please start filling them with cheese? And make sure not to get too much of the sauce in there. Alright, now for the pepperoni. Once he's done cheesing them, of course. Okay, you don't want to get too much cheese in there. And now my sister's going to put the pepperoni in 2 of them. Now let's cover them up, put them in the oven, and we'll be back when these spooky things are done. Yeah. Okay, we're all done making this, and just look at how good this is. We got a meat, cheese, pizza, buffet. And even the skeleton gets a treat. And we're going to finish off with the desserts later when they're all ready and good. Show you when they're done. Yeah! Okay, now that we got everything complete, we have our candy corn jello and our Halloween dirt cakes.